I'm gonna just jump right into the SNEAKO thing. He's basically just he is an NPC bot. Okay, we're not talking about Moist. We're talking about SNEAKO. Without further ado, here I'll just let Charlie explain.
I want to try his new video. Let me check it out. Let me check it out.
Hey SNEAKO.
Do you know, because the chat, people say, yo, bro, drama sucks. Nobody likes drama. Lol W, brother. This is like his most performing video, like in the last.
Does this
in 3
outfit look
months.
familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com. Last time I talked about
Smart.
you, I used you for a
Hashtag
merchandise push as well, so might as well stick with tradition. I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months. Can you believe that? How time flies.
Yeah, I feel like this has gone on for a while. Now that I think about it, yeah, this has been an ongoing situation.
You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally I responded by making fun of you in return and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. But unfortunately I failed to calculate just how much of a sensitive fucking loser you are, because this hurt your feelings to such a high degree it's become like an Armageddon in your brain. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys...
Your boy's on this collage as well, obviously, alongside some of, some of our friends of the show, featured heavily in this. You know, you got Mr. Beard, Ethan Klein, Jawbry, Noah Sampson, Nick is not green, myself, Moist. Like, there's a lot. Everyone who is anyone in the internet, left-wing, soy boy, internet essay commentary space. You know, he put all of these guys, right? Which I find really weird, because he's like, oh man, like, look at these bread tubers who are like soy boy cucks. And if you look beyond the photos, like, yeah, sure, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if, someone is like, not super well in shape or anything like that. But half of the motherfuckers he put on that roster are literally, we clear him. Like that's what I don't understand. Charlie is just probably the quintessential sleeper build. So is fucking Noah, actually, as a matter of fact. I am, noticeably a large person. So it's like odd to just be like, look at all these fucking like soy boy gay guys. Like, they're gay. Look at them, which is as though it's like a meme, or as though it's like bad or anything. But I think he's just like getting upset that some of these guys have like sleeper builds or something. Whereas like SNEAKO is just, he just looks kind of malnourished. I don't know what it is. They moved away from being like, oh, you're soy, like you don't lift weights, like you're a pussy, to like, oh no, being soy is actually a mindset, like, which is a funny way to cope with it. It's like, no, I'm actually alpha because I smoke a cigar. Like, you're soy because you're soy because, like, even though you're much larger than I am, you still are soy because you like advocate for progressive values. I think like they just moved those goalposts in a way that like kind of suits basement dwelling neck bearded fucking weirdos. Yeah, being soy is just disagreeing with them at this point. You're soy because you respect women, whatever. It's odd, very odd thing to see, especially when you have like not that like people's looks even matter, but if you're gonna do an argument, if you're gonna make an argument about the way people look, like, well, I'm fucking more jacked than you. So is Charlie. So is Noah Sampson, as a matter of fact. So like, what? Like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. Anyway.
Isn't it crazy, like, I'm not on this list? Because I'm pretty sure I talked about this dude before. But I never make the list of all the bad guys. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at SNEAKO's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching. You were?
I feel like that's like an officer wellness check situation. You know? Like, I think this is 100% a wellness check situation. Am I crazy?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream, I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy. This is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile. You absolutely...
This part is kind of funny because, like, I mean, I think a lot of people forget because Charlie usually has, like, even-keeled, reasonable, moderate, maybe sometimes centrist takes. They forget that he's a Florida man.
You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips. You absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also
cool. Is that real?
A mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips. You look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, they say clips in the rap songs. That's the difference. So of course he's gonna say that. Yeah, that's in the rap songs. What do you mean?
The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips. You look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry for the gun anatomy lesson.
Jesus.
He was very upset, so he was threatening.
Anyway, that was like, I think it's a faux pas usually because I love triggering gun nerds because they get so fucking mad. But I think there's an additional secondary purpose here that Charlie did that part. Normally I would make fun of people that do that, but I think there was a secondary reason, and I think everyone understands why he did that, which I thought was cool. It was a cool addition. Let's continue.
Gonna come shoot me, beat me up, all of that because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now. 3 fucking months. You love to bitch about how everyone's canceling you. These soy boy NPC bots are all canceling you.
You guys,
it's all you.
I'm not in the middle of this yet. I'm just watching. I'm not gonna react, to be honest. Some of this shit is a web on my pay grade. I'm observing. I'm observing.
Dude, you treat the teenagers in your Discord like they're your goddamn therapist. Just going in there to complain about the invisible boogeyman canceling you again, shaking your fist at the clock.
I feel like I hear about SNEAKO pretty regularly. I mean, he's got Twitter, he streams. I mean, he doesn't stream on Twitch. I think he streams on, like, Rumble or some shit like that. But other than that, I feel like, I mean, he's on Twitter. It's not that canceled.
I also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter because you're not witty enough to come up with anything on your own.
When I'm in a cockhead competition and my opponent is SNEAKO, your wife in my DMs, lil bro.
Quick, I need a response. Go to memes. Oh my god. This guy is outsourcing memes to a Discord for 14-year-olds. God damn. That's sad. He can't come up with a good one on his own. So he's asking the viewers to do it for him.
This is just so bad. Just having your fucking Discord server come up with fucking reactions. Like, you can't do that. No one's Discord server is
because you're not witty enough
free
to
of
come
that
up with
kind of
anything
thing.
on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you
He hit a at everyone in his own Discord server. That's real fucked up, dude.
Fall back on is one of 3 things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path, which is ironic because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. It's pathetic. But
yeah, I think this is true too. I think there's a lot of people who think that everybody else is an NPC, but they're just an NPC of another faction. And they just never really seem to realize this. Because they have the exact same type of responses to things, but it's just the opposite response. And if you have the opposite programmed response, it's still a programmed response.
I'm getting sidetracked. You love to be super public about how much you hate antidepressants and you shit on anyone who takes antidepressants.
Chat. Here's a boiling thing, okay? Here's a boiling thing, okay? The anti-Matrix Andes, right? The people who are just regurgitating everybody else's super woke takes are more NPCs than most people that are like fucking the traditional, like super like mainstream bullshit. Because that's how it is though. Because they don't they don't alternate any of the concepts at hand. They don't intake new ones, and they don't branch out. They literally take it word for word, whatever Tate said or whatever the fuck it was before, right? And they just copy paste all of them. How is that not the definition of an NPC? They're just kind of somebody else. That's it. There's no input at all. There's no growth. There's nothing.
With the way you talk in your Discord server, I'm pretty convinced that you're only 2 or 3 messages away from asking your community to source antidepressants for you under the table to help with all this mental anguish you're going through.
I think that the guy just needs to get off the internet. Like, somebody pulls it. I mean, like, the thing is, like, if you pull out a gun about a YouTube situation, about a Twitter scuffle, you need to talk to somebody.
And I think that'd honestly be a good idea. It might help you. But I'm putting the cart before the horse here. How did we get to this point? Well, I made that video about SNEAKO, and I fully planned on that being the only time I ever talked about this asshole. I really did. All I wanted to do was highlight why I personally don't respect him. I know a lot of people criticize me for not tackling his points, and to that I say, bah humbug.
There's only one person on the fucking entirety of the internet that can just unironically drop a bah humbug in the middle of his fucking rant while he's wearing an open-chested bathrobe and still not lose the entirety of their fucking fan base. That person is Charlie.
This fucking goober didn't make any points. All he did was insult me and my girlfriend. He insulted me and my girlfriend because I made fun of one of his friend's blatantly fake stories. He resorted to childish name-calling like, I'm ugly, and I don't go outside. That's not making any points. Like, what am I supposed to debunk there? No, actually, my mom thinks I'm handsome, and so does my girlfriend, so you're wrong. Factually wrong. There's nothing to debunk. The whole point of the video was highlighting why I don't respect him. I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations, so they sexualized real children. A fact that SNEAKO himself acknowledges,
but very common
but
SNEAKO
writes
L.
off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world children get sexualized. I'll say it again, regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark because what ended up happening is they sexualized the child actresses. That is a problem. Full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody.
This is what you get to. This is where you get to when you are like desperately trying to be contrarian in an effort to like, have people constantly like talk about you. When you're so out of control with your interest in like, gaining a larger audience by hitting the shock factor, you're gonna find yourself defending like. You're just gonna fucking come across like a libertarian.
I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
And it should. It's a problem. Like, what?
This is not unusual now. And the people...
Whether something unusual or not should mean that you're gonna fucking one, promote it, 2, consume it, and 3, normalize it. So because something is happening, they should say, oh guys, well, people are doing this shit, guys. As an adult who knows more, or supposed to, about... That's the whole point. A child cannot make fully rational decisions about everything. It's why they call it a parent or guardian, okay? Because a child technically cannot make good choices. They just can't do it. Legally, morally, it's what they have parents. So when you say, well guys, adults are doing sexually deviant shit with children, but that's okay because online it's normalized because girls with themselves. Dude, I get it. Underage girls pose themselves in certain ways, right? That doesn't mean that it's right. It means that there's a problem somewhere else. Why are you using that as an argument to do it and consume it and back it up? It's such a backwards. It's so dumb.
People who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine claiming children in sexual positions is clickbait. Yikes. That's rough. You admit that the children were sexualized. That is bad. Okay? That means the movie failed in its mission. I don't know what you don't get about that. But regardless, I'm not here to just keep hammering home the same points. Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties. I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other men. Even telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get fucked by a different man, moaning intensely, and it...
Chat, you know what, chat, guys, here's another massive take, okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting to do certain things with their sexuality and whatever. I don't partake in that. I don't see the value in that. I don't do that, right? If somebody wants to do that, then sure, fair enough. I don't give a fuck, okay? It doesn't hurt me, doesn't anybody, and I still say, cuck lord, what? I think it's funny. I still don't.
It was traumatizing, yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
Because this was imagine seeing the girl you love
get fucked.
You
love her?
Yeah, I do. I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other women?
I'm crazy. The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. You know what?
So my point with this was,
I mean, I don't think that everybody should do it, but I think if he wants to do it, that's fucking fine. I don't have a problem with this dude and having problems with his sexuality. If this dude doesn't know what his dick wants, that's not my problem. I don't care.
There's more to it, though. He literally left, came back, talked extensively about how he saw balls on his fucking face. He saw dudes bukkakking his girlfriend, all this other shit. Which is odd because, like, if you're not possessive or whatever, like, there's one avenue that you can go down. It's still kind of odd, right? But he went to, like, 3 different orgies after that.
this is the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships, shitting on people's relationships, when he himself is in one that makes him very upset and he can't come to terms with it. Now, if he's open about being a cuck and happy and proud to be a cuck, that's fine. But he's not. It makes him mad every single time. So, why the fuck is this insecure guy the one that's the moral authority on healthy relationships all of a sudden? That was the point of me bringing up that clip. Now, that was basically the whole video. I summed it up real quick. All I pointed out is I don't respect his opinion because he defends a movie I can...
Jay, you might think that it's weird and a bunch of other things, but I think there's one thing that I guess cocklordship is not. I guess as would be insecure. Because I feel like you need to have a really good amount of, I guess you need to have a lot of confidence into the you know, thing that you have. Security, yeah, maybe security. Maybe security, I don't know. Because people think, nah, I don't think he's understanding the points.
Consider to be
I
child
think he's
porn.
understanding the points.
I think any film or any production that has real children being sexualized should be classified as child porn. That's how I view it. Maybe your definition's different, but that's how I personally view that kind of content. So him defending that was beyond reprehensible to me. And him being very public with his...
Yeah, well, again, like, SNEAKO is, like, very much one of these, like, anti-cancel culture people. So he'll always take the side of the media that's being viewed badly. So he thinks that he's having some sort of, like, really high IQ take for understanding that the purpose of the movie was not to sexualize the child actors. But, again, it doesn't matter because it served that purpose anyway. So I think that's what happened.
Cuckoldry and how scarring it has been, it should be a lesson and an example that he himself is not great when it comes to relationships and all these things. And I posted that and it made him extremely upset and he hasn't stopped fucking crying about it for 3 months. So, fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher, so I was on the toilet for quite some time, and I saw a SNEAKO post that he's posted quite a few times now, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne. I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, SNEAKO has had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a...
So he just went in. So this is like, yeah, I'll do this whenever I'm sitting in the bathroom or I'm just laying in bed and I'm bored. I'll go make somebody mad. Yeah, sure.
16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online. What's even sadder about it is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. So Turkey Tom, for example, made a whole video talking about SNEAKO and how pathetic he is. And SNEAKO tried to talk a big game to him, even challenged him to a debate, which Turkey Tom accepted with jubilation. He was ecstatic. Yeah. And then SNEAKO kept ducking him, ghosting him. So he leaves Turkey Tom off of this list because he's afraid to actually talk to him. And he also leaves off quite a few other people, but the most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that SNEAKO lied about for a long time, and they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged him to a fight. And SNEAKO is very fearful of him. We'll get into that more in depth in a moment, but I just need to set the stage a little bit here with this collage. So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months, I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way. Now, I will say it again.
Wait,
what I did and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, SNEAKO. I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to be a huge proponent of, right? Wasn't like one of your big things like bullying needs to be brought back. So now that I'm making fun of you, what, all of a sudden now it's off limits, now it's canceling? You have become the SJWs that you criticize so much. I don't know how you don't realize that. We continue. He says, you know in your soul you would never say that to my face. To which I respond, you literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child porn. I think this is important to talk about, and I just talked about it recently. When you are getting your feelings...
You know what? I guess it makes sense. I guess even Charlie says that he doesn't mind that people are cucks, but I think it's that the fact that he would be in a scenario a cuck, and he's telling other people soy and cuck to them as like an insult when he himself would be a cuck in a scenario, right? I mean, am I cooking SNEAKO saying they I mean, isn't this self-proclaimed cuckolding?
You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child porn. I think this is important to talk about, and I just talked about it recently. When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L. You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and the only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, I'll beat you in a fight. SNEAKO, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego. All it is a pathetic fucking attempt at attention. And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think SNEAKO just panders as much as possible. He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about. I really don't think he has any beliefs of his own. He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience / the most money. That's what I think. So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that for some reason. Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you.
Well, because you're going to lose the fight. The guy's a professional fighter. I mean, the reason why, Charlie's not a big guy, right? I mean, he works out. I've seen pictures of Charlie. This guy actually fucking, bro, he looks good. Like, I was impressed. I didn't even notice. But, he's not a professional fighter.
So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird. This is what you said about Brandon Buckingham and fighting him.
It's a cuck-off.
And then finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet SNEAKO, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. SNEAKO would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather
just I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, you know, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, you know, if I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at home and keep it all online.
The full video here from Willie Mack is an absolute masterpiece on laying out every pathetic thing that SNEAKO has ever done, said, or everything ever. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a banger. So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very confident with. And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true.
That don't make
You are a
more
cuck,
sense, yeah.
self-admitted, and you have defended cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child porn. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those facts. I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? Like, I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this. That'd be completely fucking worthless. And I've been super open about that, which I'm sure you know since you keep saying that you've watched my content, so you probably know that I was never going to accept a fight in the first place. Especially since you're like...
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I mean, it's not like this is Jack Reacher, you know, or fucking, this isn't the Expendables. Usually whenever you get in a fight with somebody, even if you beat them, you take a few hits. And it's like, yeah, Tectone. So, like, the thing is, I remember I was talking to Tectone about this because we did the podcast. Tectone, like, it was boxing Cinny, okay? Is Cinny a professional fighter? Fuck no. And Cinny accidentally punched Tectone in the back of the head, and Tectone has, like, a bruise on his brain. Do you think I want that in my life? Do you think I even want the chance of that happening in my life? Fucking no. Absolutely not.
Significantly taller than me, right? Like, it wouldn't make any sense. And even though you would probably beat me in a fight, you're certainly not beating me in, like, an aesthetic physique competition, because goddamn, I blow your ass out of the water. Look at this fucking anime character physique I'm rocking. Meanwhile, you're over here with that Abercrombie and Fitch from 1998.
Yeah.
Now, in SNEAKO's credit,
what happened to
he did start going to the gym recently. Maybe I inspired him, and you know what? That's great. I'm glad I can have a positive impact on your life like that, SNEAKO. Getting into the gym is a fantastic thing, and you're going to feel so much better.
Charlie and Noah both are sleeper builds. Like, you guys know what I look like. You guys have seen what I look like. There's plenty of fucking photos of me shirtless online from when I was in better shape or even currently. Okay? Charlie doesn't look at all like that picture of Lamont. I know. Have you never seen a fucking, ironically, have you never seen a Charlie sleeper build video? Here. This is like the greatest short that I can give you. Here, look at this. He is like that, though. That's the best part about it. Here, look.
I'm on a 5'6" frame, and I keep myself lean, so no one even knows that I'm ripped until I do, like, a flex.
Yeah.
And I know you'll start seeing results soon as long as you keep at it. And then finally, our last exchange goes very similarly to the others.
Yeah.
You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. So I said, got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting
that. It's like, it's like SNEAKO's the one that's like continuing this shit. Because I remember whenever the first time this happened, and it's like usually Charlie makes videos on drama instantaneously. And I even noticed the fact that he didn't make a drama video about the SNEAKO thing for like a whole week.
Cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection.
You think that this like cucklord group of all fucking things had this like fucking porn industry standard testing, screening, double check by everybody with like the right measures taken ahead of time? You're an idiot, dude. Just fucking be quiet.
Which it's true. I don't have a problem. You literally started it, SNEAKO, and you even asked your audience to let me know everything you said and send me your clips. You actually asked for a response, and then got super upset when my response was a little too mean to your feelings. How is that not the ultimate cuckoldry? Like, even more so than your girl getting clapped by 1,000 men.
Well, I mean, how do I know? Because, brother, because I get tested often? What the fuck? What the fuck do you think?
How? Like, how can you, with a straight face, still call other people soy boys? I'm not kidding. I really didn't want to keep talking about you, but you won't stop talking and crying about me. It's sad. I understand you have a humiliation fetish, so hopefully this whole thing has helped you orgasm one more time from all of it. I don't think it's fun dunking on you, SNEAKO. I don't.
One more time? How about one last time, brother? I think what Charlie did is like really fucked up. Like I said, SNEAKO very clearly has a fetish for humiliation. And the fact that Charlie just delivered the ultimate humiliation to SNEAKO has basically given him the forbidden nut, the one last final nut, the finale. After this, he will never be able to feel this way ever again. This is it. He will never feel this humiliated for the rest of his life.
I don't think it's fun dunking on you, SNEAKO. I don't. And I'm certainly not canceling you. But you keep doing this. So you forced my hand to make fun of you again. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
So yeah, and then he ends it with that's about it. See ya. So like I said, pretty hard for SNEAKO to, hit anything worse than what he has hit with respect to like being humiliated. This is the ultimate humiliation for the ultimate humiliation kink haver. So who knows?
Oh my god.
Watch my clip.
It's just, oh my god. This whole thing is just so ridiculous. It's like a cartoon character. Doesn't he have a comeback video? I bet he does. Yes, 100%. Do you think it's better to ignore this or capitalize on the content? I think that people like SNEAKO, this is why I am not a fan of banning people from platforms. I think that the worst thing that can happen to somebody like this is for people to hear what he has to say. That's the worst thing that can happen, is for like a general public to actually hear what this guy is saying and be able to respond to it. So no, I think that it should be used for content. If you put your opinion out there, if you're putting yourself out there, I mean, there's a line. There's always a line where things go too far. But I don't think anything in this video is over the line. I'll tell you that. That's no big deal. Especially in the context of like these guys like insulting, like him threatening, like to like, what's this with a gun? Like, what is this, man? Like, this is some fucking like, that's nuts. Like, what? Who does this?